Last day in Kauai. I'm hiking down a mountain right now. It's a beautiful day out. When I was at the top of the mountain, I could feel the water from the ocean all the way up top. Or maybe it was just sprinkling, because now I feel water again. Anyways, this hike was 1.5 miles there, and we are going 1.5 miles back. I'm going at about 2 miles an hour right now. East Trail, yep. Because there's a lot of elevation. I think this hike has like 2,500 feet of elevation. And that just, you know what that means. Gotta get back in the, what's it called? Gotta get back in the workshop. It's time for that Stairmaster, baby. I feel like this trip has just called me out of shape. I don't know how to say it better. I went here thinking that I was gonna hike a 22-mile hike in one day. And I have been hiking a lot. The past 2 days, I did 2 10-mile hikes each day. I did the Hanapaka, I don't know how to say it. The Kalula Trail, I did the falls at the Kalula Trail, which was about 8 miles round trip. And then yesterday I did the mountain that was beside the resort I'm staying at near Princeville. And that was 5 miles there. I thought it was a 2-mile hike, and then I realized that after 2 miles there was no good views. So I decided to just do the whole hike. And that took me about 6 hours, I want to say, for 10 miles, which doesn't seem that bad. I started at 9 a.m. and did, I think I got back to my hotel at 3. So it really could be worse, I think. But it's kind of hard to gauge that kind of stuff because I'm not used to elevation, being from Kentucky. And oh my gosh, I'm gonna show you guys this view here in a second. It is just gorgeous. Oh, look at that. You cannot beat that. Oh, my arm's starting to get tired from holding the camera up. But look at this, guys. And I was actually talking to my friend on the phone the other day about Hawaiians, the natives. And I was like, dude, why does it feel like they hate me? I didn't do anything to them. And then I realized that it was only, 100 years ago when we took Hawaii from the natives and colonized them. So I guess somebody's grandma or somebody's dad is telling them their history, whereas in the US, no one's teaching us about that. I didn't even think that Hawaii, I don't know what I thought, but I did not think that the US took it over forcefully. And my friend was telling me that apparently Hawaii had phones and landlines before the US did. How is that possible? So I guess Hawaii really was a good society, and then us Americans just decided to shit on it. And I'm seeing that still to this day. I went to go see these falls where the Jurassic Park, one of the movies, was filmed. And the falls was actually closed because tourists kept parking in people's yards, around people's houses, just being a nuisance. And so the people of Kauai have actually closed off the falls for parking, for tourists. It's now private property and you can't even go back there. So of course somebody ruined it for the rest of us, but I was gonna go do that today, and then I found out that you can't, because I went there and it says no trespassing. So what am I supposed to do? Turn around. I went to Taco Bell. I got a chalupa, and I think it was $8 in Hawaii. That is tax. But oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know, that's insane, y'all. That seems really expensive to me. But I also got their loaded nachos. I guess they're new. And I paid $15 for one chalupa and the nacho fries, the loaded fries, which seems crazy. Which way am I going? And then I went to Opeka Falls, and those were beautiful. I met an older couple that was actually from Montana, They said they lived about 20 miles from the Canadian border, which was interesting to me. But they were talking to me about where they were from, and I asked them, you know, what's the best thing to go see in Montana? Yellowstone Park, duh. But most of it's in Wyoming, so I didn't even think about it being in Montana. And they said the glaciers also. It's like the reverse Grand Canyon, where everything's up instead of being down. So I really want to go see the glaciers in Montana. It's weird vacationing because I see so many people from so many different places and I like talking to people. So I've been asking everyone, like, where do you like to go? What's your favorite place? And I've been getting some really good ideas from other people, just meeting people along the way on where to go adventure next. Because, you know, if there's anything I learned from this trip about going to Hawaii, it's that I love being outside and I love challenging myself, going on hikes, seeing new things, just being adventurous. So I think that ties back to my kid roots, where as a kid, I love doing stuff like that. And I love the freedom of not being able to have anyone tell me, no, you can't go there, you can't do this. Because I grew up in a small town, so we could kind of walk around all the neighborhoods and there was never any danger around. It was a Christian, you know, quiet, quaint town. And my parents, you know, they trusted the town. Nothing bad was going to happen to me and nothing ever bad happened. So I'm trying to tap back into my childhood and be more adventurous. But when you turn into an adult, things change and you start to pile up the responsibilities. And instead of taking care of those responsibilities, you start to procrastinate. And when it comes time to where you could do something like go adventure, now you can't because you have to take care of what is priority. And, you know, that might be doing your laundry or going and renewing your car tags, whatever it might be, something stupid. Don't let that get in the way of what you want to do. Peace from Hawaii.